GCSE 9-1 Maths, doing literally the last few days revision now for our upcoming Paper 1, okay, AQA Electron LCR. Okay, looking at some probability in this question. Question 4, okay, and it's from an IGC Maths past paper. A bias spinner has three sections of three sections each of a different color. The table shows a probability that when the spinner is spun once, it will land on orange or on white. Okay, so lands on a blue or an orange or on a white. Okay, work out the value of x. So we know that probability has to add to equal 1. So 0.58 plus 2x plus x has to equal 1, guys, okay? Because probability has to always add to equal 1. Okay? Equal 1. Oh. Okay? So let my like terms here and subtract here 0.58. I get 3x is equal to 0.42. Okay, what minus 0.58 gets you 0.42. Again, check that here if you're unsure. And then divide by 3, we get x equals 0.42 divided by 3, 0.14. Because 42 divided by 3 is 14. Therefore, 0.42 divided by 3 is 0.14. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so x equals 0.14, and that was worth 2 marks. See, part B is also worth 2 marks. So question 4 here totals 4 marks. Okay, part B. Spinner is spun 250 times. Work out an estimate for the number of times that it will land on blue. Well, the probability that we get blue is 0.58. So the expected frequency 250 multiplied 0.58. Okay, now I'm going to write it as a fraction just to begin with. Okay, it's me obviously a bit easier. Okay, so 0.58 as a fraction is 58 hundredths, because it's 5 in the tenths column and 8 in the hundredths column and 0 in the units column, so it's 58 hundredths. I can actually simplify this, so I'm going to have 250 multiplied by top and bottom by 2 here. We're going to have 29 50ths. Okay, now I can do 250 by 50, that will give me 5. Okay, so 1 and then 5. I'm going to do 5 lots of 29. Okay, so 29 times 5, 5 times 29. Okay, again, check anybody if you're unsure. 5 times 9 is 45. So 5 carry the 4, guys. And then 5 times 2 is 10. Plus the 4 makes 14. So we expect there to be 145. Okay, times it lands on blue. That, guys, is our final answer. Okay, so to work out the expected frequency, okay, we do the number of times the event occurs multiplied by the probability of that event occurring. Okay, yes, so we do 250 times by 0.58. I just wrote it as a fraction here because I was doing it obviously in my head. Okay, now because this is technically on a calculator, obviously paper, yeah, obviously I had to get in case here this question or this sum here is on a non-cal. I'm trying to give you just some advice here to obviously make the sum a bit easier. Okay, I changed 0.58 into a fraction. That's 58 hundredths, which simplifies to 29 50ths. Okay, divide top and bottom of the fraction by 2 because they're both even numbers. And I did 250 divided by 50 and then times it by 29. 250 50ths will obviously knock off the 0. 25 fifths equals 5. 5 times 29 is 145. Okay, another little trick in maths. Times it by 5. Okay, times it by 10 and divided by 2 also works. So times it by 10 and then half it, or half it, and multiply by 10. Okay, yeah, works for you. So that's another little trick here for timesing by 5. Okay, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Okay, thanks for watching. Good luck with your exam on Thursday. For now.